and then we take a pause in between because the questions could be asked then and there itself. And of course, we will have a Q&A session at the end also, right? So yeah. So anyways, I'm going to share my screen now, and you can just give me a moment. I'll turn off all the distractions. Okay. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. So yesterday, we talked mainly about content creation and why it's very important from a content marketing perspective. Okay. And then we also discussed about different types of content, and we were trying to I was trying to show you examples of different type of contents. We started with blogs, then we talked about some of the social media posts, mainly the static and the video post and all, right? So what I'll do today is I'll straight away start with the content creation process, using a couple of tools, and I'll guide you and show you some of the things. I think some of you are asking questions about, how to go about the content creation, especially the visual content creation, right? And in the process, I'm going to show you different types of content as well so that you can see the visual examples. And then I'll take it to the social media, each of these social media platforms, and let you know that what kind of things would work. Okay. And before that, I'll quickly show you a few things wherein you can see the kind of formats that are normally allowed in each of the social media platform. Okay. So let's begin with maybe Facebook for that matter. Okay. And I think Instagram, yeah, sorry, Instagram. We were discussing about Instagram yesterday, right? So we will go for Instagram first, and yeah. So we had discussion about the image, mainly the static image post, and also the two formats, which is normally the single image and the multiple image, which is carousel format, right? So this is an example of a carousel format kind of post where you have multiple images and slides, right? And I told you about some of the best practices that you should follow. Okay. Now coming to the reels part. So what I normally see in the reels, and I think most of you would notice is that uh, mostly the reels is a kind of a short bite, right? So it's not like a very extensive video. And this is more like, a video that you can watch for a few seconds, and that gives you probably a glimpse of something, right? So it's a very quick thing, something which is very quick to grab or watch. And you want to convey a lot of things within a very short time period, like let's say 30 seconds and so on. Okay. So ideally, what you should do is you should probably think about more like a summary of the things. For example, let's say you are a designer, you are a graphic designer, and now you want to talk about color principles in the graphic design. Okay, so that's a very vast topic. But at the same time, what you can do is you can create a short reel, shorts or reel, and then you can put some very important stuffs, like which could be like a summary, or which it could be like an overview of the things that you're going to talk about, and very quickly, right? And and then you can provide a link. Normally, if you go to any Instagram profile, okay, so you normally see uh, only one link over there. So there's an option of only putting up only one link in the bio, right? So if you want to put a link in the bio, so normally it should be something like this. I'll just show you one free tool. So this is called as link.tree. Okay. So Linktree is a tool which allows you to create an Instagram bio link. And the reason you should have it is because this is a single link, but at the same time, that single link will take the user to a page, and that page can have multiple links. So because Instagram only allows one link, so you cannot have multiple links directly in the bio. So most of the people, what they do is they create a link from by using this kind of tool like Linktree, and they put in the bio. Okay. And when you click on that, so it will expand into uh, a bio URL. I'll probably show you an example. Just See if I have something. Surprising, none of them are showing this one. Maybe this one. Yeah. So this is the one that I'm talking about. So it's linkedin.bio/your story, right? So if you click on this, it will basically take you to this kind of page. So this is a little different from what I was trying to show you. It will probably have multiple URLs instead of these images, but this is also an example of how bio links would work. So the idea is that one single link takes a user to a certain page like this, and then they can find let's say other social media URLs, the website, maybe some important products. In this case, it's important news that appears over here. Okay, right? So that's how it works. So normally, what most of the people would do is when they create a reel, so they will encourage people to check their bio link and maybe put something in the comments. Like you can put the link itself in the comments. Let's say if you're talking about a certain product and you want the person to buy a product, right, within a in this reel. So it will be taken to the bio link, and from there the user can be directed to the main page of the website or the product page for that matter. Okay, so it's a free tool. You can create your own bio link using this particular tool. I'm going to share that in the chat window, but at the same time, I'll compile all these tools and send it across to you. Okay, right? So,
Uh,
yeah.
Vivek, one question. So the other profiles that you were showing,
hmm
a few of them had like three, four links. So were those also created with the help of Linktree?
Most likely, yes, or with a very similar kind of tool. So there are plenty of tools like this. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. So it has a free, URL also, which wherein will get the LinkedIn, sorry, Linktree branding. But in the paid versions, you can have your own brand name over here instead of the Linktree. Okay.
got
So
it.
to start with, I would suggest that you start using the free version first. Okay. Right.
Yes, thank you.
So these were some of the examples of things that you can do on Instagram. So when normally, when you create, when you're trying to create something, let's say there's an option of create on Instagram, right? When you click on that, so it will ask you whether you want to create a post or whether you want to do a live video. So if I want to go live, I can just click on live video. I can give the permissions of my phone or laptop's camera to Instagram, and then they will start showing me in the live video. And the interesting part about the live video is that you can also have something like a video or watch party. So basically, you can invite others and both of you can go live at the same time. So it could be multiple people also. It's not just two of you, but also more than two who can participate in a live video. Okay. Normally, you go for post. So when you click on post, and it will ask you to create a new post. So basically, it will ask you to either upload a photo or a video from here, right? So let me just take an example. Uh, Maybe I'll just pick up this stuff, right? So this is the image that I have selected, and then I can click on next. And then you apply all these filters which are available if you want to make some adjustments in the color. Uh, so filters are basically to enhance the look of your visuals, right? And based on the mood, based on the theme that you've decided, you can pick up any filter that you want, or otherwise you don't have to do that. It's not a mandatory thing. You can simply move to the next step. Adjustments is basically about the color related adjustments. So it's a brightness, contrast, and all that stuff. If you want to increase, decrease, maybe you want to fade, whatever. So you can do these kind of adjustments, and then you can click on next. So now your image is ready to be posted. And again, it can be an image, it can be a video also. Okay. And if you click on this, you will be able to tag people. So when I say tag people, basically you have to use the Instagram account of those people. Okay. So you can search for those people. Let's say I want to add this person and so on, right? Let's say I want to add this one also. So now you have tagged two people. Ideally, you should not tag too many people, and you should not tag your followers. A lot of time, this is no considered to be an offense by a lot of people, because if you don't know them very closely and they were not linked to this post, so ideally you should not tag them. So you should have a consent or permission of the person whom you're trying to tag. Otherwise, it can backfire, right? People don't like intrusion in their privacy, for that matter. Okay. And then you can type the entire post over here, the description or the caption that I was talking about, right? So something like this. And then you can start typing the hashtags. So the moment you start typing the hashtags, sometimes you start typing the hashtags based on your uh, idea. Like you just want to include something which is relevant to your content. For example, if this content is related to an HR recruitment agency, so I'll start typing hashtag HR recruitment. And then if you scroll down, you'll probably see that there are lots of suggestions coming up, right? HR recruitment, there are 11,855 posts related to that. Then you have HR recruitment agency, or only recruitment as a word, and the hashtag, right? So there are plenty of ideas being suggested by Instagram. Okay. So again, if you give space, and let's say you want to put something like this, women in tech. So now you'll find that a lot of other hashtags are being suggested over here. So you can take a call which hashtags you want to include. And normally I recommend that the number of hashtags should be somewhere around 8 to 12, not more than that. In some of the scenarios, you can go up to 16, but I would say that, keep it near about 8 or 10 maximum to get the maximum traction. And when you're doing it, you should have a variety. So don't create, let's say the HR recruitment is a keyword or hashtag over here. Okay. So when you create HR recruitment as a hashtag, so you should not come up with too many variations of the same thing like recruitment and so on. So rather, you should be thinking about the variety. So whatever is relevant for this, for example, women in technology is relevant. Maybe I can think about second career, and as an option. So likewise, you have to think about the variety of ideas. The reason you want this kind of variety of ideas in the post is because not everyone think alike, right? So maybe for me, I would probably search for, let's say, HR recruitment. Maybe some of you would search for women in technology. Somebody will search second career option, and so on. So the idea is that you should be able to reach out to more people by using these kind of combinations, right? And yeah, but yeah, it should be relevant. You should not include the things just because you think they have more searches. For example, you can't just type something like women in fashion over here because you know that this is not relevant for this particular post. And sooner or later, Instagram or Facebook would know this, that you are using the wrong kind of keywords, and that can actually backfire you on you, right? So basically, the algorithm will detect that you are probably creating some spam or doing some unethical practices and so on. So always try to keep it very relevant. Okay. Then there could be other things like location. In case, let's say, you want to target a certain locality, for example, Mumbai, right? So it's a good idea to actually tag the location. Okay. If you do that, so what happens is, by default, uh, they will pick up Mumbai as a location, and they will try to show people who are in Mumbai and also connected to you or your extended network first, because they believe that this post is relevant more to Mumbai than any other location, right? So that can give you more traction. For, let's say, if you are an apparel brand and you are planning to conduct an exhibition in Mumbai, so it would be a good idea that you use location as a tag over there. Okay. So basically, you have to think about your target audience, and based on that, you can use the location. Okay. Accessibility and all this is mainly for people who are visually impaired, especially disabled. So for them, let's say if this image is not visible and they want to understand what this image is about, so you can actually type an alternative text over here. And sometimes it also helps when internet is slow and people are not able to uh, you know see the images because the loading time is very uh, high. So in that case, this text can be helpful, right? So they will know that what exactly this image is. Okay. And then comes the advanced setting. So advanced setting is like where you can, let's say, for example, if you want to hide the likes and views count on this post, so you don't want to show people that how many likes and how many counts are there, view counts are there. So this could be a very interesting option. So initially, uh, so it's a very psychological thing. For example, if I see something like 1,000 likes on a post, so I become very curious. At the same time, if I see there is only one like, so I become little, skeptical whether this post is good or not. So that also creates a psychological impact. Okay. So sometimes, for the small influencers and content creators, this option works well because maybe, when you see the post, it reads as liked by, let's say, Soumya, who is your friend, and plenty others, right? And others, they don't give you the exact count of the followers in that way. So you still want to see that because someone from your friend network has already liked that post and you're inclined to engage with that post. Okay. Turning off commenting could be one option in case if you think that content is very sensitive and you think that maybe people might come up with some really bad, filthy comments, maybe hatred comments, and so on. If you want to do that, you can do that. But otherwise, this is a very important engagement factor. So normally, if you look at the different engagement factors, uh, let's say if I have to say there's like, then you have like, comment, then you have share, then you have save, right? So these are the things that you have. So normally you'll find that a lot of people like, by default, most of the people like a post or a reel, and some of them would share it. Very few of them would actually make comments if they feel, they're so excited, they're so involved in that, so they would probably put a comment. But and yeah, few of them would also save that post, right? So all of these are indications of how highly engaged your audience is. So like is a very common choice for most of the followers or even for the non-followers. But if you're receiving comments, if your content is being shared or is being saved by a lot of people, so that in itself is an indication that your post is very good in terms of quality. It is relevant to the audience, and that's why probably they are engaging more and more with that content. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, so and then you can go and publish this post on your Instagram. So that's about some of the things that you can do in Instagram. I will show you how to do it, of course, using a tool. Now, let's go quickly to Facebook, and I'll show you what you can do in the Facebook also. And then we will come to Twitter and LinkedIn quickly to cover different types of posts. And then we will go to Canva and we'll try to see what.
Vivek, just one question.
Yeah, yeah.
See, many posts nowadays we can see they write comment to get the detail. Okay,
Yeah.
so is it they want on their page many people to comment to increase the comment? Is it like that, or
So
is
that's a
that?
good question. That's a good question, and I'll quickly answer that. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So Arti, basically, what happens is by default, most of the social media platforms are designed in a way to promote their own content. So we call that as a native content. Okay. So an example of native content would be if you create reels on Instagram. So reels is a native content. Similarly, if you're creating a static or dynamic post, either it's a single image or multiple images on Instagram. So all of these are example of native content which you are trying to create on Instagram. Okay. Now, if you talk about any link, whether it's a YouTube link or your website link, anything for that matter, even it could be a link of another social media channel. Let's say Twitter, Facebook is an internal to Instagram, so that's a different story. But anything for that matter, any external link. So if you're putting up any external link, let's say in the caption or somewhere in your post, so that kind of drastically reduces the reach of your post and the impressions for your post. Okay, because that goes against the basic principles for the social media, which that this is not our native content, so we would not promote it. Okay, so you can test and experiment with this, and what you'll find is that if you only publish a native content without any link, it will always perform better than a content which has a link in the caption or somewhere else. Okay, so that is one part. Now, second part is why would people do it? Because they still want you to click on the link, right? And that's why they share the links in the comments. So when you put anything in the comments, so comment is seen as like, you're engaging with the content. Okay. It's not like a part of the native content. Okay. So that's why it's a common practice across social media. You will find that not only on Instagram, but also on the LinkedIn, Facebook, even, other platforms for that matter.
Yes, yes. LinkedIn also too many like this has happened. Like
Yeah.
nowadays they are forcing us
Yeah.
to put the comment, then only they will share the details.
Right, right.
Yes. Thank you.
So yeah. So yeah. So now I was talking about creating a post. Okay, and I'll quickly show you an example. Let's say, this is a page. Okay, and now you want to create a post over here. Okay. So when you're trying to create a post on Facebook, so it will first of all ask you whether this post should be public, and also you can always allow that an option in the page, and you can even change the settings for that matter if you want to keep it private. Okay. So normally it's public post. Okay. Then of course you can add the text and images very similar to what we have done in the Instagram. So you type anything over here, and then you can upload an image or a video over here, and then you can always do a check-in. So check-in is again very similar to how we added a location in the Instagram post, right? So you can click on check-in, and then you can, let's say, select your location, and then you can share this post. Okay. In fact, you can invite collaborators. So basically, you can invite some other content creators, maybe your friends. So you can search them by the name. You can invite them to their social media handles, like this is the page, right? So these are the pages with that you can invite in this. And of course, you can add a lot of other things like this is just to express your feelings. So you can click on feeling, and then you can select your happy, sad, or whatever, right? And it allows you to have different formats of content like photos, videos. Then you have live video, just like Instagram. Then you also have GIF animation. So GIF is very small animation, like which is normally few seconds, 2 or 5 seconds kind of animation, which you normally see for creating memes and all, right? So yeah, all these kind of things can be added, and then you can post it on your Facebook. Okay. So this is how you can go about the content creation, and I'll show you how to create the content, by the way. Okay. Now, similar to that, if you go to LinkedIn, so let me take you to LinkedIn. I'm just trying to make you aware about different forms of content that exist on LinkedIn. Okay. So this is my LinkedIn profile. So what I'll do is I'll just click on start a post. And again, very similar to what I was trying to do uh, in Instagram. So I'll write a post. Okay. And then I can add an image or video. Okay. And then I can do something more. So LinkedIn allows you to be a little more uh, creative in a sense that you can have a purpose associated with the post. Okay, for example, there's a post for event. So let's say I am planning to create a session on digital marketing. So I might write something like this, right? So I can write something like this. Okay, and then I can create an event, and this event could be either an online event, or it could be an in-person event also, by the way. Okay, and you'll have to add some information like there's an cover image that needs to be added. So of course the cover image should be a representation of the event itself. So in this case, if I'm talking about multi-touch attribution, so maybe something related to that, the name of the event and the date, timing, etc. If there's something maybe a visual which is very much like a representation of the multi-touch attribution should pop up over here, right? So all these kind of things should be part of that. And again, we will use Canva to create this, and I'll show you that in a while. Okay. Now, the other details like whether this event is online, offline, so all of these kind of filled. So you can uh, decide the type of event also. So LinkedIn allows you to create some events and conduct that within the space of LinkedIn. Okay, just like the way Facebook and Instagram allows you to do that, right? So LinkedIn also allows you to conduct these kind of events. And interestingly, these days you have two different types of native events that you can create in LinkedIn. So one is an audio event. So I have heard from a lot of people who are probably not very comfortable with the idea of going live. So but yeah, if you still want to talk to your audience, so for you this is a perfect kind of setup. So you can go for a LinkedIn audio event and just think about this as a live podcast kind of thing. And you can do that in a native environment within LinkedIn itself. You don't need any external tool for that matter. Okay. Then there could be LinkedIn Live, where you can actually go live and you can share your screen. You can be in front of your audience, right? You can even invite other attendees. So all those kind of things. And finally, there's a external event link. For example, this is a Google Meet event that we are having right now. So you can share that Google Meet link as an external event link over here. Okay. So you can put a name to the event. Then you can decide upon time and all these details, and then maybe a small description. If you want to tag more speakers, you can even invite some speakers, right? Uh, in this case, and then you can click next, and you can post it. Okay. Similarly, you have an option to celebrate an occasion, like maybe a work anniversary, maybe something like a key milestone for your companies. Let's say that you have raised fund of $1 million. You can celebrate an occasion like that. This is about the job post. So in case if you want to publish something with respect to the job post that you're hiring, so you can click on this and then it will allow you to pick up your company page, and then you can create a job post out of it. Okay. And this one is about the polling. So as I told you that, if you want to engage with your audience, so you can always ask questions, invite people for discussions, and polling is a very good way to engage with your audience. So normally I see that a lot of people, they don't mind answering yes or no, or maybe when you have very limited options in for a question, so they would respond quickly. So this can actually boost your engagement on LinkedIn. Okay. And if you have a PDF, if you have a presentation that you want to showcase over here in the LinkedIn, so you can simply click on add a document, then upload a presentation. Let's say if I want to upload this, so I'll just do that, and it will share this presentation in front of my audience. You can even give this a name like content creation, right? So that's how you can do it. And finally, this is an option if in case if you're looking for a service provider or maybe someone who can help you with something. Let's say you want to start an e-commerce business but don't know how to create a website. So you can publish a post to find an expert in that domain. And along with that, you can always put the hashtags to increase the reach. The only thing is, I think someone was asking me yesterday. So LinkedIn and even the external tools, they don't provide much data about the number of posts related to that particular hashtags, the way you look at it in the Instagram. Okay. So as of now, you'll have to use your common sense, maybe do some guesswork and little bit of search over here in the LinkedIn. So all these kind of things will help you figure out the right combination of the hashtags. And again, just like Instagram, don't put too many of them. So maybe 8 to 10 hashtags are good enough. Okay. Okay. So by the way, any questions as of now? Because now I'm moving on to
Uh,
the, yeah,
Yeah,
Vivek, I have a
yes, right.
question. I
sure.
can I can see the
Pooja?
advertise. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I can see the advertise option in your LinkedIn. While I open my LinkedIn, I cannot see that advertise option.
Yeah, so you will have to create an advertisement account. So unless until you do that, you won't be able to see that option. So under the work option, you can always go there. I'll just show you.
Also, Vivek, are these features available only on premium? Because I see that your profile shows a premium badge.
No, no, no. It's available to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. So I use premium features because I do a lot of networking on LinkedIn. So I normally reach out to my leads and prospects over the LinkedIn. So if you go to this particular option for business, So you'll find all these options over there also. And you have this option called as advertise on LinkedIn. Okay.
So is this option available only for premium users, or we can
No,
also
no,
do
no,
it?
no, no. Anyone can do that.
Okay, fine.
So basically, being a premium user actually allows you to, go through anyone's profile, send them, unlimited number of requests, and all those kind of things are there, and emails and all. So yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Or do we need to create a business profile for getting that feature?
Which feature?
The advertisement feature to advertise.
So see, if you talk about any social media in general, and let me go back to this. Okay. So, and I think this is like a almost like a thumb rule for most of the social media channels, except I think LinkedIn, sorry, Instagram and Twitter, you have profile and page is the same thing. But otherwise, if you look at YouTube, if you look at let's say Facebook and LinkedIn, so normally you have your own personal profile over there, right? So that's one option. Then what you do, that the thing that we're asking about the business page, right? So you can set up a business page. Uh, you can create a company page rather. So you can create a company page. So that's like a presence of your company. So you have two presence. One is you as an individual, right? And then the second one is that for your company. It's almost like a Facebook page or YouTube channel where you can publish all the updates related to your company. Now, the third thing that you're talking about is an advertisement. So to run an advertisement, you can create a company page first, and then you can advertise that company with the help of advertisement. Okay, because in advertisement they will always ask you to promote a certain page or a profile, so that would most likely be a company page. Okay, is this clear now?
Yes, thank you.
Right. So I think we have already seen everything now. Now let's yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I just had one doubt.
Hmm.
A few days back, I received an assignment and I was required to present this viral marketing concept for LinkedIn for a specific
Okay.
post. And I did not really understand, what was I meant to do.
Hmm.
What is this viral marketing concept design brief for the LinkedIn?
See, viral marketing is a generic term, so there's nothing like a specific post type or content type which will be which will be called as viral. So viral basically means that your post is getting promoted organically and it's at a very faster pace. Okay. So, maybe it's a very interesting content that goes online. Like, for example, recently there was this video from this movie, I think Toba Toba, right? So before the movie was launched, everyone was, trying a dance move based on that video, or the song rather. And it was getting viral because people, it was trending. People were watching it again and again. They were sharing, they were bookmarking it. So all those kind of things. So
More like something that's trending, right?
yes,
Okay, okay, all right.
it's the regular post only. It's the regular content, whether it's your reels or post or
Yeah,
whatever. It's just that you need to promote it and scale it very quickly.
okay, all right. Thank you.
Vivek, just one thing.
Mhm.
Like how on YouTube or Instagram, any post or anything get like viral, they get monetized. Okay, those because of those posts. Is it on LinkedIn also the same thing, or is it more for the networking and the business promotion and all?
See, if you talk about the algorithm, most of the social media platforms work on the algorithm where they tend to promote an engaging content, the content which is getting more traction. So it's like a default thing in each of the platforms. Yes, the content type would be different. So you cannot expect Toba Toba to be trending on LinkedIn. Okay, so you'll
Yes.
probably expect this to happen on Instagram. Okay, but on LinkedIn, let's say if someone there's an expert and who talks about maybe the latest RBI rules. Okay, and they talk about something which is like I think it's called as ULI, right? Unified Lending Interface or something that was launched very recently by RBI. So it's very similar to the UPI concept, but it has a different purpose. It will be used for money lending purpose, and it's a government thing. So now, let's say an expert talks about this and about their implications, maybe some flaws or whatever, right? And there's a discussion that triggers off in that. So people start sharing it, people start commenting it. So this becomes viral. So the concept remains the same, as I mentioned. It's just that the content type, formats, and all this kind of things can vary from one platform to another. Okay. So if you think that there's some kind of concept that you want to put on LinkedIn, and you think that that can become trending or become viral, so why not? You can do that on the LinkedIn also. And in fact, a lot of people are doing it already on the LinkedIn these days.
But do they get paid for that? Like you earn from that?
See, LinkedIn doesn't pay you directly
Yes.
for the content creation, as in straight. I would say not a direct payment, but yes, very recently LinkedIn started reaching out to some of the popular content creators. Okay,
Okay.
and I assume that this monetization will happen very soon, maybe in the next 3 to 6 months of timeline. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So, yeah, how many of you don't know Canva? I mean, it's okay to say no, don't worry. I mean, I'm not going to put any comments and all, but I just wanted to hear, like, because Canva is something that has become a go-to tool for almost everyone today. So I just wanted to see, like, how many people are aware of this. Accordingly, I'll pace the session so that you get more out of it. Because I believe that some of you might be using Canva already. So Priya says, yeah, I haven't used it, just heard about it. Okay, Upasana says she also hasn't used it. Basic knowledge, okay, not aware. All right, no worries. So I think, I can see a mixed reaction. So I'll try to, take it forward accordingly. So you can say that, Canva could be your go-to design tool in the future. And one of the reason is that it's very handy. It doesn't require any sort of technical expertise. Yes, you can become an expert in Canva designs, but the learning curve is very, very minimal. So the idea is that if you are not a designer, and yet you want to design something for your work, for your business, and even for your personal uses, like maybe sending a wedding invite or maybe a birthday invite for your son or daughter or something like that. So I think you should probably start using Canva, and you'll start loving it. Okay. Nowadays, they have plenty of features, and they have made it so extensive that even designers, graphic designers who are normally using tools like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator and all, sometimes they also use Canva because it saves a lot of time for them. Okay. So the things that you find in the Canva is that you can design anything over here. Okay, so you don't have to think about any other tool when it comes to designing. So you can see that if you want to create a document like a presentation, or let's say a Word document kind of thing, and you still want to beautify it. Okay, uh, you can have some whiteboards, which is like a idea, map and all. You can create those kind of things. And of course, social media is the major, you can say, social media finds major uses of Canva, because every day you want to publish something on the social media, and you're falling short on idea both in terms of creative and content. So again, Canva can help you there. Okay. And then you have videos, some printable products, including the t-shirts, by the way. Okay, so in fact, I have got some of the t-shirts designed for my team, and printed them with the help of Canva itself. Okay, and you can even design your websites. When I say design a website, it will basically allow you to create a mock-up of your website, and then you can pass it on to your web developer, and they can replicate the same thing And in fact, nowadays Canva is taking your website online too. Okay, even though I have not used that feature yet. Okay, so that's based on different types of formats of content, and then you'll find even more interesting use cases of this. Like, for example, there's something called as infographics. So I'm not sure how many of you know infographics, but infographics is basically a very new and modern way of sharing information, which is somewhere between the presentation and how do you put it, and a Word document. So you don't want to be boring, like you want to share so much of information, but at the same time, you want to share the information which is also visually appealing. So it basically combines the text and the graphics part. And for example, this one. So this talks about the breast cancer awareness. Okay, now you can see it's a very interesting way of representing this concept, and you can present some of the facts like how many women get affected because of this, the geographies where they are mostly being are widespread, and some other statistics like and so on. Then you're talking about the risk factors, supports, and resources. So it's a very interesting and engaging way of presenting content, and you can use it on any of the social media platforms, including Instagram and LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, uh, you'll find lots of use cases for this kind of graphics on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a professional network, and a lot of people love this format to share some interesting information, facts, and insights with their colleagues. Okay. So that's one format. And likewise, there are so many others, like you can create photo collages, and then you have desktop wallpapers. You can design your book cover, by the way, so you can pick up Canva, and then you can design a book cover with the help of Canva, right? So you can do pretty much almost everything. Okay. Now, the best way to use a Canva would be like if you're using it for your own purpose, then it's fine. You don't need to think about organizing it much. But in case if you are dealing with the clients and you want to organize the work, so the best way would be like to create a project. So you can see on the left hand side panel, you'll find the project as an option. So you create a project, and once you create a project, so what you can do is you can start adding designs to that product. Let's say I create a project called as yeah. And in the free account, you might not be able to do this, but if you have a paid account or if you have a business account, so what you can do is you can even include the ID of the team members and share this folder with them. So you don't have to send them emails or links all the time. They can simply go to this folder, which is shared with them because it exists on cloud, right? And then they can edit it, modify it based on the permissions that they are given. If you only want them to view the designs, you can give them view option to see the designs, right? So once you have created it, so now you can start doing all the steps within this particular project. Okay. So right now you can see there's no design in this project. So it's all blank. So now what you can do is you can start creating a design, or in case if you think that there are some existing designs in the folder, you can click on add designs, and you can start looking for the projects. Let's say I want to include this video. So I can select this and click on move. Now you can see uh, under this particular project, this creative has been added. This is a video. Okay. Now So this is how you can add the existing designs in your Canva account. Then you can create a design. So just click on this option. This you will get this button everywhere in Canva. Okay, uh, this is like an omnipresent. Just click on this, create a design, and the moment you click on that, it will start suggesting you some of the ideas based on your favorites or recent work and all. Like if I have created something very recently, let's say a doc or maybe a whiteboard, so it will show me those options also. And some of these things like which are frequently used by me, like Facebook post, Instagram post, and so on, right? But having said that, you can always search for something like, let's say I want to create something like a LinkedIn cover. Okay, so it's an article cover, by the way. It's not the LinkedIn profile cover. So anyways, I'll just show you an example. So you click on LinkedIn cover, or I'll probably pick up Instagram maybe because that is a most popular channel. So if the moment you type Instagram, it will show you certain things like there's Instagram Reels, there's Instagram profile picture, there's Instagram post in different formats like portrait and square, right? You can also create Instagram story video. So this is an image and this is a video, right? If you want to create an advertisement, you can see Instagram ad. And even in ad, there are like different types of Instagram ads. You can create them. So all these things are there. Okay. So let's say you want to create something like an Instagram post. So just click on it. Just close these things, right? So now you have a blank page. So this is like a blank canvas for you. And you don't have to worry about the size because Canva takes care of the size if you have selected the right creative, right? In this case, we have selected Instagram post. So this is what you're going to create today. So now what you need to do next is uh, you'll find that there are certain options on the left hand side. So these are all different templates. Now it will start showing you templates, but what you can do is you can even use some of the words or keywords to find out the most relevant template. So yeah, this might not be the most relevant template, but you want to find something. So let's say you want to find something for fashion. Okay, so you can search fashion as a keyword, and then it will start showing you some of the templates related to fashion. Okay, so now you can see. So you have these different options. So now you can scroll and find out the most relevant template for you. So if you think that this is a template that you want to use, you can select this. But you also need to take care of one thing, that in Canva, free version might have certain limitations. Okay, so not all the templates are available in the free account. So you can see that there's a tag of Pro. So unless until you are using Pro account, you'll not get an access to this particular template. If you want, you can design it. You know, they won't uh, disallow you to design or customize it. But at the time of downloading it, they will charge you an amount, and they will ask you either to pay for that particular single image, or you can upgrade to Canva Pro so that you can have unlimited access to these kind of images. Okay. So now you can see I have added this particular image, and now I can change the style and everything in this image. Okay. So you can see there's a color code that is being followed. So this is like the style of this template. So which colors are being used. So this is very interesting example. And I would like to spend some time over here because this is very critical for design if you want to ensure that your design should look really good. Okay. Uh, so most of the time, what I see is that people start interfering too much with the templates without having a knowledge of the designs. Like, maybe you simply replace this dress with something which is red or yellow. Okay. But doing that would not mean that your creative will always look good or better than this. Okay. So some thought process has gone in designing these kind of templates, and you should try to experiment as minimum as possible, especially if you're not a designer. Okay. If you're a designer, then it's a different story. And if you have very good color and aesthetic sense, so according to that, you can change these color combinations at any point of time. Okay. So, but otherwise, I would say that you stick to their regular template, as in if the font color is, let's say this is a brown color, maybe light brown or something. So you should probably stick to that. This background is also again something that you should probably try to stick to unless until this becomes very similar that way, right? So try to stick to the template as much as possible and change it only if required. So you can actually edit anything and everything in this. Okay, so you can change it completely. So let's say I want to call this as a winter collection. So it's very simple. I will go to that particular text and start changing it. So I can see. So it's a very drag and drop kind of tool. You don't need much of expertise. Okay. All these elements like images. So if you want to replace this image, okay, so you can change it to. You can go to edit image, and then you can see. So now things are being changed, right? You can even upload your own image, and then you can bring it over here. So I'll just give a random example. Okay, it might not be 100% relevant. I'm just showing you this so that you are able to use this tool. So the moment I, drag and drop this particular image, you can see this is changed. So now this, the older image has been replaced by this image that I just dragged onto the template. Okay. So you can, what I'm saying is you can customize everything within this template. Okay. And you can upload your files like images, videos, uh, right? So all of these files that you see over here, there's images, videos, so everything has been uploaded by me. So now I'm free to use them in this template. Okay. If you are an artist, maybe you can even draw something. So let's say anything for that matter. So you can be a little more creative also if you want to. So that's a draw option that you have, very much similar to how we draw in the Microsoft Paint and some other tools. I already explained the uploading part, so you can upload your images, videos, everything on there. Now, this is very important, the brand kit. Okay. So normally, brand kit follows your logo and the typography. Okay. So if you have a brand logo, so that certainly has certain colors, right? So in this case, for this particular brand, which is called as Mars Pickles, so they have this color palette from the logo, which is a combination of this yellow color and the green color. So normally when I create the creatives, I try to stick to this particular combination of the font. Okay, sorry, combination of the color palette, right? And then you can add more elements in the brand kit. So the logo is something that you can upload. But yeah, a lot of these features are also available in the premium features, right? So you might have to purchase a premium version if you want to try a lot of these kind of features. Okay, but adding a color palette is something which is free. You can click on edit and you can add the color palette. So the reason you should have this color palette saved in your account is because whenever you're applying the colors to your template, it should be very easy pick for you from here. Okay. I'll probably show you something. So this is what I was talking about. So you can see I'm using these two color, which is the representation of their brand logo. Yeah, these are the primary colors in the brand logo. I'm using the same thing over here in this particular creative. So it becomes very easy for me to edit these stuffs.
So I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So does Canva images pixelate while it's printing? Because in my TY project, when I use Canva for the like a
Mhm.
design thing, it actually pixelated a lot for the visiting card. Then I did the same thing in the Photoshop. It became the crystal clear. Why does that happen in Canva?
See, so one thing that you can do to avoid this, because see, normally Canva is meant for the digital. I mean, I won't say that it's purely for digital advertising, but most of the use cases are there for the digital advertising, like social media and ads and all. Okay. So what you can do is when you are creating a design, okay, and let's say you are creating a business card, okay, let's say business card, right? You can see it's a 8.5 into 5 centimeter. So instead of going for something like this, what you can do is you can pick up a higher resolution. You can ask your printer that what resolution do you want, okay? And there is a option of custom design over here, okay? When you click on create design, you'll find this an option of custom design. So by default, they will allow you to pick up these kind of steps, but then you can always upgrade it. For example, in this case, the default option was 1024 into 1024 pixels. Okay. What I did was I increased the size by 4 times. So the ratio remains the same between the height and the width and everything, right? But the quality of image that you're talking about has been enhanced. Okay. So that's something that you can do. Plus, when you are trying to download, okay, when you go to the download options, there's a share option, with each of these creatives. So when you're trying to download, so again, you have this option, to increase the size. I think this is a premium feature over here, but in the case of the custom design, you can select it. Okay, okay. 1.6.
But sir, does the size of the canvas also changes, na? Or only the pixels will change?
See, size of Canva is something that you can control. Like, for example, I'm looking at this at 35%, right? If I zoom it to, let's say, 50% or 60%, it will become bigger. This is just for the convenience. Basically, you're looking at this, in front of your laptop, and you're able to open this in this particular canvas, right? So that you are able to access the other things, all the other features. Otherwise, uh, this will be the original, you can say image size that you're planning to use based on the dimensions that you have already selected over here.
While we download it in high resolution, you just showed na like we can increase the pixel sizes.
Yeah.
Will the canvas size changes or will it remains the same while we add extra pixels in it?
So when you say canvas size, you're referring to this particular
Yeah,
size.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. So resolution would change, right? It's just that visually you're able to see this within this particular dashboard. Okay. If you want to increase it here also, just for your better understanding, you can, keep increasing it and it will show you. So yeah. So now you can see where exactly it starts pixelating. So now it's at 200%. So it starts pixelating, right? A little bit, not that much. Now this is clear at 100%. So again, depends upon the image size also. And I don't think printing is an issue, especially for the business cards, because we have also got some business cards printed. I don't think we had any issue while dealing with that. So maybe you'll have to look for the resolution while downloading this stuff. Okay.
Okay, sir, got it. And sir, you told that you designed a T-shirt in that. So does it get pixelated or the quality was okay, fine with it?
No, no, quality was totally okay.
Okay, sir, got it.
I think there are a few other questions. I'll pick them quickly. Varsha has raised her hand. So Varsha, you can ask.
Yeah. Sir, am I audible to you?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
So, sir, I have two questions here. So, how do we choose the color for the social media? Let's say that for Instagram and for LinkedIn. So, will the color matter in terms of the posting? Secondly, sir, is it a mandatory that I should be posting it only under one design, or can I change the design and the color of my post?
Okay.
So, like,
See, first, yeah. So second question first, like no, there's no limitation as such that you could not use different colors and you cannot change the color themes later on. So there's no, there's no such restrictions as such. But yes, ideally, what I advise people do is, if you have a brand, so you would like to stick to the brand colors guidelines, and that includes your logo, primary colors and secondary colors in your logo, and then also the font that is being used for the website and the other typography, plus if there's a text in the logo, so that also follows a certain typography. So normally I would advise you to follow these kind of guidelines, because uh, that will also mean that there's a kind of recall of your brand. Because if you see certain colors, for example, if you see Zomato, or maybe if you see red color in food, it automatically comes to you that maybe this is Zomato, right? And but at the same time, if you see yellow or orangish kind of yellow, then you think about maybe it's Swiggy. So it's like a representation of the brand. Okay. So today in social media, there's so many small brands that exist. People don't remember much about the brands, unless until you are very popular, like a Coke or Zomato and uh, Swiggy, etc. Okay. So that is the first thing that I normally advise people to follow a certain color theme. That doesn't mean that you have to stick to one single color. So you have to be very smart. For example, uh, let me just show you that particular thing. So if you see in this one, okay, so we have used these colors, the brand colors, as bands in this image, right? So the lower part and the upper part of this has the representation of the brand colors. But this entire area where I'm putting up the image of this achar and whatever it is, right? I can play around with the image. I can have different color combinations in this, because this is like a visual representation of my product. So there's no limitation to this. So you can probably use it for highlighting. So it depends, like sometimes, for example, this one, uh, yeah, I'll just open something else. So if you see, this is an example of where the brand colors are being used. So let's say their logo or their brand represents this particular shade. Okay. So they're using it in a very subtle manner in different places. And sometimes what they can do is they can highlight it more than what it is in this particular creative. So you don't have to be, of the mindset that every time I have to use this pink color, uh, 80% of the places that, or 30%. So you can play around with these things. So the idea should be that you have a template ready with you. So you know that maybe this is your primary color. Let's say this pink is a primary color, then this yellow is another primary color, right? And then you can pick up maybe two, three secondary colors that can be used for fonts, that can be used for some other elements like bordering or something like that. Like you can see uh, this circle that appears at the back. So it has a combination of black and white. So that also shades puts a shade on the garment, and the focus is on the garment instead of the colors over there. So you need to balance out these things in between. So all these things are very important. So if you have all these things figured out that okay, these are the 4 5 colors that I'm going to follow. So the combination can change at times. Maybe in the next image, what can happen is instead of pink, maybe the yellow gets more highlighted and the pink takes a backseat, and then the rest of the colors can play their role as it is. Okay. I hope you understood this.
Yes, sir. And so, is there any kind of a suggestion you'd like to give, as in how can we choose a brand color?
See, this is a very subjective thing because I don't know much about what kind of brand you're planning to build. But having said that, what I would suggest you to do is you you can start giving some attributes to your brand. Okay. So when I say attributes, let's say, for example, if you're creating a fashion brand, and let's say this fashion brand is for women, maybe this is for modern women, right? So you start associating some of the attributes that, okay, it should be minimalistic. Maybe this should have more solid colors. It should probably be something which is not very flashy, but yet, it has a feminine side to it and so on. So you start giving some attributes to your brand or the logo itself. And the moment you start doing it, then what you can do is you can search for the colors. So you can search for the relevant colors which represents those ideas. So if you have to, let's say, for example, if I have to represent professionalism, okay, so I'll probably think about blue, maybe gray, black, and all those kind of things, because that will be a better representation of anything which is connected with the professionalism or corporate world. Okay. And you can do some Google search. I can send you some links and tools also, which will help you figure out the perfect combination for your brand logo. Okay, but in general, what we normally do is we try to give a personality to our brand, right? And based on that personality, the attributes that we were thinking, we will try to come up with the ideas for the colors, fonts, everything. So that's how we'll start. Don't go for
Understood.
something which is like a blind option. Like, for example, and which has probably become a too much of a cliche also these days. So let's say thinking of a feminine brand and thinking of only pink should not be the idea, okay? Because almost everyone is doing that, and you should think about more.
Understood, sir. So, thank you so much for the insight. So, so this part I have understood, like give a personality to your brand and then choose the color accordingly, right?
Right. And as I mentioned that, you should define the attributes also. Yeah.
Absolutely understood. So, it would be great if you can share the link which you have mentioned just now. So, yeah,
Sure, sure.
thank you so
I'll
much.
compile all these links and I will
Mhm.
share that towards the end of the workshop so that you will
Okay,
get
sir.
all these tools that I'm going to explain. Okay.
Understood. Thank you so much for your insights.
Yeah. I think there's one more question. Yeah, Yashashwini.
Hello.
Yeah.
I have a question regarding this Canva. So I
Hmm.
have made a creative
Okay.
Instagram post. The size is 1080 pixel.
Okay.
So I just want to resize it to a real size that is 1080 into
Hmm.
1920. Can I
Hmm.
resize it in the same thing? I have made the creative already, the
Hmm.
same elements, but I want it to be another size. Can I make it?
So it's very simple. What you do is you can save that as one of your design. Okay. Then you go back and pick up, let's say, and you save that as a design. So that it's whenever you want to drag and drop to your canvas, you can do that, and then you can pick up like Instagram reels, right? And yeah, so you do that. And what you can do is you can drag and drop things from here. So you have your designs and everything, and you can drag and drop from here and start using it. So you can adjust the design. For example, let's say this is one video. So I can simply set this over here.
This is creating a new one, but I want like I had already made a Instagram
Sorry.
post size one already.
Hmm.
Then I have to shift. I have to change the size of it to a real one. Can I do it like changing the size of it?
Yeah, so you can customize it now. You can resize it from here also. You can click on resize, and then you can select this option of resize. And like you can select the Instagram reel. Now this is
Okay.
reel already. So I'll show you
Mhm.
probably some other example. Let's say charity Instagram feed.
That's
And
also the same pixel
mm,
one.
yeah, maybe something else. Let me show you. Let's say this one, Facebook post, right?
Okay.
So you can select this, but this is this option is I think a premium option over here. Okay.
Okay.
Instead, what you can do is the easiest way that I showed you is like create a custom size maybe, and then drag and drop, or maybe select a size from here and then drag and drop the image to that, and then resize it as in adjust the image on the canvas itself. The way I
Okay.
did this just now,
Hmm.
right? So that it fits into this template.
I got it. Thank you.
Right. So now, if you want to play around with this image, so you can do a lot of things, and there are plenty of features, but I'll focus on the features which are very important. So I have already shown you that you can draw things over this. You can upload and bring your images to the canvas. Uh, I showed you how to bring your color palette, right? And that allows you to pick up anything. Like if you want to write this font using your color palette, so you can change it too. Okay, you can go to this and can click on text color, and then you can decide you want to use one of your brand colors, right? And click on change all. So now you'll find that this has changed to green. So earlier it was black, if you remember, and now it has been changed to green. So likewise, you can do that. So images, as I showed you already, that it can be replaced. If you want, you can delete it. So there's an option of delete. There's an option to do a lot of things, like you can copy this image, you can paste, just like the way you play around with your Word document and all. If you want to create a duplicate copy of this, you can just click on duplicate and you create a duplicate copy. This is a very important feature, by the way, layer. So what layer allows you to do is you can bring any element within this particular creative and use it in a way that you want to bring it forward, bring it backwards, and so on, right? And you can even click on show layers to see what all layers are there in this particular image. You can see these are something which are hidden in this image. Okay, so I'll just show you an example. So if I click on layers, send backwards, so you can see, so something has changed, right? So this has gone backward, and something that was in the background, back that has come forward. So I can delete it if you want. So now there won't be any kind of problem. So if it is a video, then you can show the timing of the video at that particular time, let's say 5 seconds. So if you want to add a voiceover and all, so I can show you that feature. Um, link is something like, this is, sorry, I think this is the different feature that I was talking about. So now apply colors to the pages. This is again another feature which allows you to apply different kind of colors which are already there as part of this template, and you want to apply it. So you can see that there's a change over here, right? So the moment I did that, that template color has changed, and it has gone to this color. Okay, right? So that was about the brand thing. You can play around with the fonts and everything. So just need to go to the written text, and you can change the font. You can search for any font that is part of this. Uh, Sometimes in the premium feature, it also allows you to upload your own fonts, by the way, so that in case if your brand font is not here, you can still use your brand font by uploading it. Okay? Then, of course, the size, you can change the size of that. Then, text color I have already shown you. Then you can do the formatting like bold, italic, and all that stuff. If you want to uh, align it maybe right, left, or center, so you can do that. Okay. So all these things are there. If you want to create some kind of effect in your text, for example, if you want to bring a shadow effect, so you can select effects and then click on shadow. So now you'll find that there's a shadow effect that comes because the text size is very small. Maybe you're not able to see it clearly, but right. Then you can even animate it. Like when I say animate, so it's not like a full-fledged animation. So since I've selected this text, right? So it will show me different effects. So let's say if I want to give them a fading effect. So it will show me a fading effect over here. Okay. You can see. You can play around with these kind of small things. Uh, then you also have the different styles for the text. Like in case if you want to highlight something, let's say we already have some templates like text boxes and all, and you can see this has changed, and you can drag and drop and position it wherever you want. So now this is something like this, right? Then you also have the elements. So there are different elements which are available. Again, it's up to you whether you want to use it or not, and how exactly you want to bring it. Let's say So you can do these kind of things. So all these kind of things in terms of editing is possible. Plus, it has some really interesting features like these. Normally, if you want to remove the background, you don't want to make the changes. You just want to focus on one product and you want to remove the background. So you can use this feature called as remove PG remover of background. Okay. Then there's a magic eraser that kind of deletes stuffs which you don't want in your image. Let's say if you don't want this glass, so this glass can be removed using magic eraser and so on. Okay, I think I missed out on a couple of questions. So one question was from Upasana, would you also cover the post frequency for various social media channels and how we can communicate? Yes, tomorrow I'm going to discuss it. I think understanding color theory might help in choosing accurate colors. You are right. So for the color theory, it's a very extensive document or concept, I would say. So I have few references. I would probably share them with you so that you can go through them. Okay. So just give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back and I'll resume the session and we'll look into the video creations and reel creations. Oh yeah, I'm back in the session. Sorry. So we were talking about static posts till now, and I was showing you the example of a static post with the help of Canva, and you can do a little bit of animation over here with the help of the animate and the effect options. So effects basically allows you to create an effect with the text mostly, and animate can be used for different options, right? So if you have any doubts with respect to these image creation and post and also you can ask.
Vivek, actually, I'm not good with video editing and all. So
Uh-huh.
can we just play around videos for a couple of minutes, like just to have a view? Like,
Yeah, I'll show you the video also. Don't worry. Okay.
oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say we go to the Instagram reel creation. So what we have to do is we need to search for Instagram reel as an option while picking up create a design. Right. So I'll just show you from the start. So click on create a design, then you can click on search and search for Instagram reel, and then it will allow you to Instagram reel, right? So now again you have a blank canvas, just like the way we have created image post. Okay, and then you also have some templates on the left hand side. So again, you can do the same thing if you think that you want to bring some other template. Let's say again, I'll do an example of fashion. So let's say this is what you want, and maybe something else. Okay, so let's say this. Now, this is not exactly a video. I would say what they've done is they have simply picked up some stuffs in the images and they've tried to add some animation in this and converted this into the video. So there will be different kind of things, right? So you can pick up a video shot and then edit it. And this is like an image shot, which basically has effects and motion and also the audio in the background. So I'll just play it so that you can understand it first. Right? So this was more like an effect, and at, you can simply drag to the particular second or so. And let's say I want to go to the third second this video. So that's third second, right? And I want to make some changes in third second. Let's say instead of this, it becomes 30%, right? You want to add some effect over here. Let's say so we can do these kind of editing in the video. Okay. You want to increase the duration also, so we can do that. Now, what we will do is we'll probably start with something which is totally blank, just to give you context. So this is blank, right? And now we have a total control on this template. So I want to change the timing. Let's say I want to increase it to 15 seconds or maybe 10 seconds instead of 5. Now this becomes 10 seconds. Okay. Now you can go to the uploads, and if you want to place a video directly, let's say you have a recorded video, okay, and you want to use that recorded video, okay, you can simply drag and drop over here. So this is already an edited video, so maybe you will not find that kind of impact, that I'm talking about, like a non-edited video, right? But you can do any of these kind of editing even on these videos. Like, let me just show you something. So if you want to trim it, let's say if you want to trim it to maybe 12 seconds, okay? So we'll do it. So now it has been trimmed down to 12 seconds. And let's see. So it basically has paused our video abruptly at one place because this was originally a 15.4-second video, right? Because now I have trimmed it down. So it has become 12 seconds. Okay. Similarly, if you want to crop this video, you can do that. If you want to crop it, let's say you want to focus only on this part of the video. Okay. So you can do that. Click on done. So now this focus has been shifted to this small section of this video instead of the complete video for that matter. Okay. So this is a very useful feature. So what you normally do is you can extract the audio from this video. Okay, so I just clicked on this. I did this click on the three dots, and then I clicked on extract video. Okay, so what it did was it created a different layer. So till now it was a single layer, right? My video and audio was a combination of the same, and now it has two different layers. One is video and one is audio, which are going in parallel. So in case if you want to adjust it, so you can actually do that. Let's say you want to change it to somewhere over here. Okay. And now you want to start this music. You can see. So there's some blank voice. I mean, there's no voice, in fact, in the beginning of the video because I have changed the layers. In case if you want to add another layer, so you can do that and replace this audio with some other audio for that matter. Okay. Right. Then you can do all the other kind of editing on the top of this video. So you can include some of the things like you want to place a text over here. So click on one of the headings, like let's say we'll do this. Right. And now this. Okay. So now this text is part of this video. So again, I'll play this, right? Similarly, if you want to bring some other elements from here, so you can do that too. So you can see how simple it was. So you've just dragged on some music from here. Like you just went to the elements, you selected some music or some sound. You can upload your own sound, by the way. You can go to the uploads. There's an audio option, and you can upload your own sound over here, right? And then you can drag and drop this to use as a layer in this particular video. So you can basically do some recording. Let's say there's a 12-second video that you want to edit, and you can have a separate 12-second of audio or voice note. Okay, and then you can mix that with the video itself. Okay, so that will come as a different layer, but it will automatically become a part of the video. So that, right. So these are the different kind of things that you can do. Let me know if you have any doubts. So this was basically for the short videos. Okay. So in case if you are interested more in the the long form of the videos and you want very good control on the videos, okay. Even though Canva has an option, you can go to the Canva and you can explore the video section, right? It allows you to create not only the Instagram reels and all, but you can have all the video options over here. For example, if you want to create a YouTube video, okay, so you can click on this YouTube video format, and it will again allow you to create a YouTube video. And I'll just take some template just to explain things for you. Right. So again, very similar stuff. I mean, there's nothing changed over here. All the features that were available in the short videos, they're also available in the long videos for that matter. Okay. You can do the similar stuff, like you can add the text, you can edit it, you can bring the audio, you can do any kind of additional effect in case if you want to do that. Right. So all of these things are replaceable. You can even cut it down, you can increase the length if you want. Because this clip is a very short clip. So what it's going to do is it's going to repeat itself because we have increased the length to 15 seconds, right? So what else do you want me to teach? If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Ladies, if you have any queries, please.
Vivek, like how we choose the template of video and started editing. So
Mm-hmm.
the clarity was very good. But if we upload our own video,
Mm-hmm.
uh, no matter how much clarity we try to bring, there will be always difference like between the animated videos and what we tried to.
Obviously, yeah.
So how do we cover up like it looks like a professional video? Uh, if we upload our own video and try to edit it, any tips like so that it looks professional work?
See, one thing that I would advise you to do is whenever you are trying to record your own videos and you want the maximum control while editing those videos also, right? So try to have a very minimalistic kind of approach. Okay. So, for example, uh, if you are setting up a background, so maybe plain or white background kind of thing could be there, so that in case if you want to edit it and you think that okay, maybe the color needs to change to be changed for the background, so it becomes a little easier for you to edit that in the video. Even though Canva has lots of useful features when it comes to video editing, like I've already shown you how you can mix and match your own voice, right? So you can do that. Then there's also an option of one-click video background remover. Yeah, again, it's a premium feature, but what it allows you to do is if you are recording that, let's say in your bedroom or your drawing room or wherever, so it will allow you to remove that background. One-click background remover is there, and then the entire focus will shift on you if you are recording your own video. Okay, and then in the background, that background can be replaced with anything for that matter. Okay, so it could be I'll just show you something what I'm talking about. Now just look at this, right? So if you look at this video, the background, the original background must be something different. But now that this video has been recorded, so the background is constantly being changed based on what you want to showcase, like, right? So if you want to represent some visual idea in the background, maybe something like this kind of text that complements what you're seeing at that particular moment. So all of these things becomes very easy. Okay. Second thing, when you are recording it, do it in a proper lights and all. It should be very clear. I'm not saying that it should be too much flashy, but yes, it should be very clear. It should not look dull from any angle. So while recording, you can do these kind of things. If you are, let's say, recording your own voice, maybe switch off the fan and don't have any kind of background noise or anything for that matter. So all those kind of best practices can be followed. And once you put it in the Canva or other tool, so tool anyways allows you to customize those videos. Okay, so you can do that while editing, and you can have different kind of sound effects and different kind of transition effects too. Again, depending upon how you want to put your videos. Okay, so yeah, these are the small things that you can look after.
Okay, thank you.
In fact, as I showed you, that video could be built out of the static or dynamic images also. Maybe putting up effects like these. So you have to always think about how creative you want to be and put your content across to your audience. Like, so this is not even a video for that matter, but you can put a very nice audio tune in the background, and then you can use this template to highlight some of your products.
Understood.
Okay, Vivek.
All right, so I
We
think
no questions. We lost our
yeah,
time also.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll see you tomorrow. And meanwhile, what I'll also do is I'll prepare a list of tools and platforms, some useful links that can be very resourceful for you, and you can use them whenever you want. Okay?
Sure, sure, Vivek. We'll share that with the candidates also
Yeah, sure.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
yeah,
everyone.
thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Vivek. Have
Vivek.
a great day.
Thanks.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Since you're
Thank you
having
so much.
you're
Have
having
a
tomorrow
great day.
also same session, like another session with Vivek. Okay, please do join on time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Join on
Thank
time,
you.
ladies. Thank you. Have a great day. Please leave the meeting, everyone. Request you all, please leave the meeting, dear. Rashmita, Atulya, please leave the meeting. Request you all, please leave the meeting now. Priyan, Jai Chitra, Nimmi, Krishna.